Hi everybody, it's Richard Miller here doing my TQS top quality stock screen, and we're doing it for August of 2020. It's the 3rd of August and we're going to run the top quality stock screen and see what names come up. I've got my screen set up here. As we know, our investment criteria is we're looking for stocks that are outperforming the market and that have earnings growth over the last 2 to 3 years, quarter over quarter and year over year, of at least 15%. The tab's not staying open there. And market capitalization of more than 500 million, and a price history of more than $5, for example. So when we run the screen on the US stock market, NASDAQ, NYSE market mainly, we come up with these names, and there's 27 companies that meet that criteria. Now, this investment strategy is rather conservative because we focus on high earnings growth, and because we've had the most recent quarter Q2 results earnings coming out, there should be some changes in the screening as some companies with higher growth comes through the screen and those with lower growth fall out by the wayside. And we'll run this. So we've run the screen now. I have a list here. I'm going to rank them by market cap this time, so we can start with the largest market cap one. And we see AMD is in here. Let's move the screen back. Had a huge 333% earnings increase. So you can see this is a fantastic screen. Now this is definitely one stock to add to your watch list, AMD. It's broken out of this trading range here. Yeah, if we just add the lines there. Kind of a trading range, yeah. Small base. Broken out of a base. Now what we want to see is to come back and retest this breakout price, and that's the secondary entry point. If we look at the daily, you can see a little bit extended now from the moving averages. Ideally, the first touch when the 13-day moving average, AMD pulls back to the 13-day moving average, that's the initial entry point if you've missed this breakout on this chart. Good news is that we've had the money stream and the relative performance signal come in July. So if you were running this screen every week, we would have picked this up just in time for that. But if you're a little bit late to the party, I would now wait for the first touch entry point in the moving average. ServiceNow has been in the screen for a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months. Steady uptrend in place, patiently waiting for the stock to pull back here to the just make that screen 34-day moving average. So these are 420, 415 is a nice entry point there. Sherwin-Williams also in a steady uptrend, just need to come by trade the stock at the pullbacks to the moving average there. Newman Corporation, look at that beautiful rebound there at the 13-day moving average, as well as looking for the 21-day rebound there. Interesting that this high the breakout was retested, so this was within the buying range. Electronic Arts also rebounded nicely from the 21-day moving average. So you got to keep the focus on these 21-day moving average pullbacks. Paycom Software is now forming a new base. Yeah, below the long-term moving average. So stock's a little bit under pressure. Relative performance is not looking too good. So I'll keep that on the watch list, but I would look at this one. Any strength of support to come back in at these moving averages. NVAX forming a base there. So watch for the 21-day pullback here at 126, 130 as a kind of key entry point. Enphase, the NPH, forming a long cup and handle here, and this it's within a trading zone here on the 21-day pullback. SiteOne Landscape, here you can see somewhat of a base on a base pattern. These highs here is now the new support zone. 115, and it's now off to the races. Broke out of this double bottom breakout, retest, and this is the first 13-day moving average test, so nibble on this, and any weakness when it gets to the 13-day, the 21-day snaps back to the 120 zone as a key entry point. MSA safety fighting hard for support here at the moving averages. Encouraging signs here as it's trying to rebound from the 21 and the 13-day, so keep that on the watch list. Darling Ingredients broke out of this base, forming a new base. 21 days, a nice entry point there. Top build in from last month, so it's performing well. We had some nice entry points here on the 55-day pullback. PennyMac Financial, a double bottom base breakout here earlier, broke out of that base, form a new base, and now this high 44.45 should be a new support level, so snap into this one. Any pullback to the 13-day moving average, there's a nice entry point, so I will put a line on there. Okay, MTH, Meritage Homes, nice uptrend in place. It's now moving higher, looking for a 13-day there, and the 21-day there is a key entry point. Okay, Carlyle Group has been in before, fought hard for support of the 55-day moving average, so looking for this week for a particular trade in around these 28 levels. Okay, relative performance line, and looking for a MACD buy there at some point. IBH, yeah, there we go. 75, 72 is a nice key entry point there. Aqua Water Technologies, double bottom, triple bottom here. Try to break out, retesting that, these highs here. Let's just check this one and see what the growth rate was like. 140, no wait, 500%, 433% growth. Tremendous growth in earnings in the most recent quarter, year over year. Concept Therapeutics, pulling back after a breakout zone, yeah. So you see it's retesting, is on its way to retest this 1398 level. So back below the 55-day, in a little bit of trouble. So look at this at the see what it's going to do in and around these 14-day averages here. We've had a sell signal from a money flow, money stream perspective, and from a relative performance basis, so not a buy at this point. Central Garden and Pet Center. Its stock is there we go. So you can see we have these old highs here as new support, and you see it broke out of that base. It's now testing to see if these old highs are going to be support. But if you dig within there, you can see how it's bouncing from the 21-day and 13-day moving averages. So it's still within that buying range, so to speak. Money stream buy, relative performance buy, and if we look at what the MACD's done, I think the MACD signal is not quite clear yet. Renter Center, RCI, steady uptrend in place. Just need to look at this. Look how these 21-day moving averages are a key entry point for this one. So it snapped out of that trading range, and we'll see if it's going to. Yeah, 28 there. You can look at getting involved in this in and around that zone. Maxar Technologies, somewhat of a base on base pattern here. Broke out, beautiful buy signal there. Then the 21-day test again. The money stream gave another secondary buy at this 55-day pullback, so that was a beautiful entry point there. I think this one was on last month's screen as well. Double bottom, inner base. This is the one where you just look at these 21-day buys as a key entry point. Yeah. All right. Forterra Incorporate, FRTA. Steady uptrend since the March low here. We've had, from a money stream perspective, we have multiple buys there, buy, and then there was a sell there, another buy there at the retest money stream, and then just kept on going. So there's been steady accumulation of the stock, and you just need to look for these 21-day pullbacks as key entry points. So it's right there, spot on within a entry point zone. All right. So just to recap, this is the criteria. We've looked for earnings per share growth, the second, third and fourth quarter back 15%. So this would obviously, the most recent earnings season would be incorporated in the screen. And there are some names that would fall out and some names that would be added. But we can see some of the usual ones here. Microsoft still looking good from a long-term perspective. It's within this trading range, so it's within a kind of a nice entry point from a long-term trading perspective. Weekly, ideal entry point here would be on top of this old resistance high, so 190. So that clustered there. Okay. Netflix and over, all very nice stocks there, but AMD, I would not chase this breakout. I would just wait for the snapback and a retest to the moving average. The first entry point here would probably around about be 70 there. All right. Until next time, happy trading.